I love Severa. Not in the I want to bang her kind of way. I love her in the way that I would want to take her out somewhere. Buy her nice things, make her feel good, maybe have a family. I find this kind of weird because I'm not partial to the skinny bitch waifu. I prefer something larger than a cup, if I may be so crass. But something about her character resonates with me. Maybe it's her backstory. Both of her parents died, and after struggling to survive and traveling back in time to save their ungrateful asses, she had to say goodbye to them forever. Otherwise, she would have caused a plot hole that would have destroyed reality. She busted her flat ass for the sake of an entire country and then had to leave everything she's ever known behind to go to some weird ass other country full of people that have no connection to anything she's ever known. Or maybe I resonate with her because she's always felt like she's lived in the shadow of her mother. Much in the same way that I often feel that I will never reach the bar that my father has set up for me. Or maybe it's her self-esteem issues that I relate to so well. And her issues with creating genuine connections with the people that she's close to, instead opting to exploit them for her own benefit. In much the same way that I make friends quite easily, but lack any sort of deep emotional connection with any of them, opting instead to hang out with them, pretending to be friends because that's what I just feel like doing in that moment. Which then brings up the moral dilemma of, if I am doing something good that everyone involved benefits from, but I am doing it for selfish reasons, am I a bad person? I want to spend time with Severa, because I know her problems are so much worse than mine. Maybe if I stared at someone who had real problems, then I would finally be able to put aside all the minuscule, petty, insignificant insecurities that constantly bang around in the back of my skull, keeping me from actually enjoying any of the things that I do, and constantly making me feel guilty for enjoying things that I love, making me too self-aware to do anything unironically. If I met a person who was like Severa in real life, I worry that I would never get to do all the things I dream of doing with Severa. In fact, I worry that I wouldn't be able to approach a girl like that. Maybe that's part of the appeal. Deifying a character to the point of worship, adding things to her that probably weren't there in the first place, but that I added myself through my interpretation of her. Maybe I don't really love Severa. Maybe I just love the image of her that's in my mind. Is this the waifu fag curse? My dad has never let me be proud of myself. In the sense that he is never proud of me. In the sense that he never shows it to me. Oh, you better believe that he brags about me all the time to all of his buddies. About how smart I am, about how strong I am, about how I have so much potential. But every time I try to show him something that I'm proud of, he looks at me like an idiot and says, "What are you so proud of? That should have been the standard from the start. You ain't special. You ain't nothing. Now, if you hadn't achieved that thing, then we'd have a problem. Because that thing that you did, that wasn't an achievement. That was the bare minimum." Things got to the point where I couldn't even look at anything that I made myself and honestly believe that what I made was good. And every time I received praise, it felt more like pity. Or worse, I'd think that the person praising me was an idiot who wouldn't know the difference between a good thing and a bad thing. Things were at the point where I was getting mad at people for giving me compliments. He would tell me that I wasn't good unless I was number one. And whenever I was number one, he would tell me that it was only because everyone else is an idiot. And if I was anything less than that, if I was anything less than number one, that I'd be worthless. And now I hate everything I make. I hate everything I do. I set impossible standards for myself, and no matter how close I reach them, I will always be disappointed in myself for being a disgrace. But I have so much to thank him for. He gave me a strong work ethic and showed me how to handle when people are yelling at me and talking down to me like a 5-year-old by making me go through that, but you know. Who the hell am I kidding? He didn't make me like this. I made myself like this. I am taking things too far, and it's up to me to get better about feeling good about myself. I love video games. Not in the I want a banger kind of way, but in the sense that one would love a mentor who taught them so many things that would be invaluable in life. I owe so much to video games. Video games never gave up on me. Whenever I got stuck, the game would always hold out hope that I would someday succeed. Oh, how unworthy I am of such a benevolent lover, for I would always give up on her first. Oh, how unworthy I am, for she would always embrace me whenever I finally came back. Oh, how unworthy I am, for video games will always be there whenever I feel down. Oh, how unworthy I am, for it was video games that taught me diligence. It was video games that taught me patience. It was video games that taught me not to give up and instead use what I've learned from my failures and pick myself up and keep slaving away. It was video games that taught me to feel proud of my accomplishments. And it was video games that gave me joy. It was video games that gave me friends to share my mutual love of her with. It was video games that gave me direction and purpose. Oh, how unworthy I am of such a benevolent love! Thank you, God, for giving me games! Yeah, I love video games. I love Severa. And I need to get better about feeling good about myself. Thank you.